Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will start customer reports. We'll start from sales by sales rep report. Now, in your company may have sales reps or sales managers or salesperson. You need to identify or you need to generate a report that each sales rep wise or sales manager wise sales. So you can use this sales by sales rep report. From this report, you can generate sales rep by sales for a particular period of time. Okay. Now, when you are creating customer invoices, you can select sales rep. You can select sales rep from here. Then if you select a sales rep in your sales invoice, you can generate sales rep wise sales report. Okay. From these report filters, you can select your sales rep. You can select a sales rep or range of sales rep, or if you don't select any sales rep, system will display all sales reps report. Next, active, you can select active, inactive, or both sales reps. And from sales type, you can select items, accounts, time, and all sales type. Okay. Item is inventory items. Then account is if you are select GL accounting when you are processing invoices, you can select accounts. And if you are invoicing time, you can select time as your sales type. Next, you can select date range. You can select monthly, quarterly, yearly, or month to date, quarter to date, year to date, life to date, custom to date, last month, last quarter, last year, custom date, or all range you can select. Next, there's a style. You can select summary or detail as style. First, we will select summary. And if you need to include the credit notes into this report, you can tick this option. And also, if you want to view that profitability of this sales by sales rep report based on last cost, you can tick this option. Or if you want based on average cost, you can untick this option. After that, by clicking view report, you can view the report. Okay, from this report, you can view sales rep name, quantity, total cost, total selling price, gross profit amount, and gross profit percentage. And this report based on average cost. And if you want to view sales by sales rep report based on last cost, you can tick last cost. You can go to sales by sales rep report, and here you can tick use last cost. Okay, now previous report, its GP percentage is 77.4. In this report, GP percentage is 71.24. Next, you can generate this report as a detailed report. Now, if you select detail, you can view each transaction-wise report. Transactions grouped by sales rep, and you can view each sales rep transactions. If there's any minus values, that is a credit note, plus values are invoices. You can view start date and end date. You can view number of pages, and you can export this report to PDF, CSV, Excel. Next, we will move to customer balances days outstanding report. Now, from this report, you can generate customers outstanding. You can select run as at date. You can select customers. You can select customer categories. And from status, you can select active, inactive customers or both customers. From style, you can select summary or detailed report. We will first generate this report using style as summary. Okay, now if you select summary, one customer has only one line. And from this report, you can view customer outstanding age analysis. You can view this age bucket, 120 plus days, 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, current period, and total due amount. Okay. Now, there are a few options. If you want, you can change this date and you can generate the report. Now, for an example, when you are generate reports for audits, now you already passed this audit period. That case, you can backdate and you can generate the report. Next, if you select detail, you can view transactions. Each transaction wise, you can view the report. Our previous report, only one line for one customer. However, in this report, if you select detailed, you can view each transaction-wise report. Next, in this report, sometimes there may be zero balance customers. Now here, this customer has zero balance. If you want to exclude those customers, zero balance customers, you can take this option. Then zero balance customers will not display. Next, use foreign currency. If you tick this option, system will display transactions in customer's currency. Okay, now here you can see transactions displaying customer's currency. If you untick this option, you can view transactions in home currency or LKR. And also, if you don't take this option, use foreign currency, system will display grand total. Now we will untick this and refresh. Here you can see grand total. However, if you select or if you tick that foreign currency, if you tick foreign currency tick box, you cannot view grand total. You can view only each customer total. Now, you can see in this report some plus values and minus values there. Now, minus values are customer receipts, credit notes, and customer adjustments. Plus values are invoices, customer balance increase, customer adjustment, those things. Now, when you are entering customer receipts or credit notes, if you don't allocate your receipts or credit note to invoice, system will display both invoice and customer receipt or credit note. Okay. Now in first customer has invoice and receipt also. Now if you don't select customer invoice when you enter receipt, system will display both invoice and receipt. Therefore, when you enter receipt and credit note, please select your customer invoice. Then system will only display outstanding amounts only. This report also you can export to PDF, Excel or CSV. And you can print or email this report. Now, if you have activated foreign currency module, you can view this outstanding report in customer's currency as well as home currency. Next, we will discuss customer statements report. Now, from this customer statement report, you can view customers' transactions. Okay. Now, in previously also we discussed customer statement run. Now, customer statement run for we can use for deliver customer statement for your customers. However, you cannot use this customer statement report for distribute customer statement to your customers. Okay, this is also very similar to customer statement run. You can view customer transaction. You can select customers and date range, and you can generate this report. Next, we will move to customer transactions. Now, from this report, you can generate customer transaction, such as customer credit note, customer adjustments, customer opening balance, customer receipts, customer write-off, and customer invoices. You can select date range. You can select customers. You can select customer status. Inactive, active, both customers. And from transaction type, you can select any transaction type, or if you don't select any transaction type, system will display all transactions. If you tick this use foreign currency tick box, system will display transactions in customer's currency. And if you want to view all transactions in home currency, you can untick this option. Next, click View Report. From this report, you can view opening balance as at this period, transactions, closing balance, and movement for the period for all customers. Now, each customers you can view opening balance, transactions, closing balance, and movement for the period. These transactions group by customer, and each customer transactions you can view. Furthermore, if you untick this use foreign currency, you can view transactions in home currency, and you can view grand total. And after you generate this report, you can view that my mouse pointer will change when you navigate to any transaction. By clicking these transactions, you can view that original document. If you want to view the document, you can click that transaction. And you can view the document. Next, we will move to customer codes. Now, from this report, we can generate customer quotations report. You can select date range. You can select customers. You can select customer categories. You can select customer status, active, inactive, or both customers. And from document status, we can select accepted quotations, declined quotations, pending quotations, expired quotations, invoice quotations, or all quotations. This report also, if you tick use foreign currency tick box, you can view transactions in customer's currency. Next, click View Report. From this report, you can view transaction date, quotation expiry date, document number, customer reference, customer name, exclusive amount, tax amount, total amount, sales reps, and status of this document. You can view that quotation status, whether it's invoiced, pending, expired, cancelled, those status you can view from the status. Here also, you can export this report to PDF, Excel, CSV, and by clicking this transaction, you can view the original document. And if you untick this use foreign currency tick box, you can view grand total. Next, we will move to customer quotes by customer. On this report also, you can select customers, customer categories, and date range. From report options, you can select date range, style, summary or detail, status, accepted, declined, pending, expired, invoiced, or all quotations. If you tick those foreign currency tick box, you can view transactions in customer's currency. Next, view report. In this report, you can view customers, quotation date, quotation number, status, quantity, and total selling price. Next, in this report, customer quotes by customer report, you can generate as detailed report. Now, if you select detail, you can view each quotation item-wise report. Now, previous report, we have selected the summary. Here, one line for one transaction. However, if you select detail, you can view each quotation item-wise report. Each quotation item, quantity, and selling price you can view. And the difference between these two reports is customer quotation report and customer quotes by customer report. Now, customer quotes report, it's a list of quotations. In customer quotes by customer report, it's grouped by transactions by customer. You can view customer name. After that, customer transactions or quotations. Customer quote reports, it's a list of quotations. And these quotes by customer reports, it's grouped by, it's quotations grouped by customer. Next, we will move to customer sales orders. You can select date range, customers, customer category, status. You can select active customers, inactive customers, or both customers. From document status, you can select pending sales orders, invoice sales orders, or all sales orders. Next, use foreign currency. If you tick this tick box, you can view transactions in customer's currency. Next, click View Report. You can view sales order date, delivery date, sales order number, customer reference, customer name, exclusive amount, tax amount, total amount, sales rep, and sales order status. Next, we will move to customer sales orders by customer. Now, from this report also, you can generate sales order report. You can select date range, customer, category. And from this report, you can select style as summary or detail. And you can select document status, pending, invoice to all, and generate the report. Now, if you select summary, you can view one line for one transactions. And if you select detail, you can view each sales order item-wise report. And customer sales orders by customer report generate customer-wise sales orders. It's group that sales orders by customer. And previous report, customer sales orders report, it's display list of sales orders. Previous report, it's a list of sales orders. This customer sales orders by customer report, it's a group sales orders by customer. In addition to that, if you want to filter particular status, for an example, if you want to view only pending sales orders, you can select pending and refresh. Then you can view only pending sales orders. Next, customer invoices report. From this report, you can generate customer invoices. You can select date range. You can select customers. Customer category. From status, you can select active, inactive, or both customers. And you can view report. Here, a system will display list of invoices. You can view invoice date, invoice number, customer reference, customer name, sales rep, due date, anticipated payment date, exclusive amount, tax amount, total selling price, and total outstanding for this invoice. Furthermore, if you want to include credit notes into this report, you can tick this credit notes tick box. And if you want to view transactions in customers' currency, you can tick use foreign currency tick box. And you can view some transactions in minus. Those are credit notes. And if you want to view grand total of this report, you need to untick this use foreign currency. Then you can view the grand total. Here also you can click this transaction and you can view the source document. You can export this report to PDF, Excel, CSV. You can print or email this report. Next, we will move to customer unallocated report, unallocated receipt report. Now, by using this report, you can go to customer allocations and select these customers and allocate your unallocated receipts. Now, when you are generating a customer outstanding report, there may be some unallocated receipts. So in that case, you cannot accurately view the customer outstanding report. Therefore, it's better if you can allocate your unallocated receipts. So you can use these unallocated receipts for allocate your unallocated receipts. Go to customers, reports, customer unallocated receipt. You can select date range. You can select customer and customer category. Select status, active, inactive, or both customers. If you want to include credit notes or adjustments, you can tick this option. And if you want to view transactions in customer currency, you can tick this option. Next, click View Report. From this report, you can view what are the unallocated customer receipts or credit notes. By using this report, you can go to customer adjustments, allocate receipts, select customer, and you can allocate your unallocated items. Next, we will move to customer communication report. From this report, you can view what are the emails you have sent to your customers. You can select customers. You can select active, inactive, or both customers. You can select customer category. From report options, you can select date range. After that, view report. From this report, you can view that email send date, sent from, sent to, that customer name, recipient email address, type, whether it's tax invoice, credit note, customer receipt, quotation, and document number and description of the transaction. Okay, right. Now we have completed customer reports. Next, we will move to this special option. Now, when you are implementing the system, you may enter customer opening balances. Now, if you are implementing for all company, you may have customer opening balances. So you can enter customer opening balances into the system. Now, sometimes after you enter customer opening balances, later you will find that entered opening balances may incorrect. Okay, sometimes some customers opening balances may incorrect. In that case, you can use this adjust customer opening balance option, or you can go to special, select adjust opening balances, and you can change or you can adjust your customer opening balance. You can select your customer name from this drop down menu. After you select your customer, system will display customer opening balance, and under current opening balance, system will display current balance. And if you want to change or if you want to adjust this customer opening balance, you can enter new opening balance in under new opening balance. After that, you can select opening balance as a date, and you need to enter this reason why you are changing customer opening balance, and you can save this customer opening balance adjustment. Now, if you don't enter any reason, you cannot save. Therefore, please enter reason why you are changing this customer opening balance. Okay, without entering reason, you cannot save this customer adjustment. Therefore, please enter reason and save this customer adjustment. Okay, next we will move to time tracking module. Time tracking module is an add-on module. You can activate this module from administration, my profile, and you can click upgrade. Enter one under time tracking module, and you can click next and upgrade your system. After you upgrade the system, you can go to time tracking, and this time tracking mainly used for record your employees working hours. Now, for an example, now if you are providing accounting services, you may have your staff, and you are allocating your staff to your clients. So in this timesheet, you can create your clients, and you can create your employees, and you can enter that employees working hours in this timesheet module. Okay, you can select client, and you can select your staff. You can enter working hours, and you can save this timesheet. After that, after you enter your time, you can invoice that time to your customers. Okay, now for an example, if you are charging your customers hourly based, you can enter that working hours in this timesheet module. After that, you can convert that time into invoice. Okay. Now, especially if you are providing security services for your clients, you can enter that each location-wise security officer working hours. After that, you can invoice that hours into invoice. Okay, right. First, we will create projects. Now, project is a client and location. Okay, you can add projects by clicking add a project. Now, there are project active tick box and billable. If you tick this, this project is active, and if you tick billable, this will invoice to your customer. Next, you can select your customer, and you can enter that location name. You can enter description, and you can enter start date, end date. Now, if you have signed any agreement with this client, you can enter the start date and end date of that agreement. And if your client has given any purchase order, you can enter the purchase order number. Next, project budget. From budget based on, you can select project, enter budgeted project hours and value, or task, enter budgeted task hours on the task tab. Next, you can enter budgeted hours and budgeted amount. Next, billing details. From billing method, you can select fixed cost. If you select fixed cost, the timesheet task will be consolidated into one invoice line. Next, project rate per hour. If you select project rate per hour, this project will be built using a project hourly rate. Next, use rate per hour. This, if you select use rate per hour, this project will be built using the relevant user rate for each task. Next, task rate per hour. If you select task rate per hour, project will be built using the task rate. Now, if you are providing consultancy services, you can select that fine. If you are providing accounting services, you can select create task as accountant, assistant accountant, finance manager, like that roles. Those roles you can create, and you can select task rate per hour. And in the timesheet, you can select that users, and you can enter time. Okay. Now, like this, you can create your project and you can save, and you can include your staff, that accountant, accounts assistant, account executive, assistant accountant, finance manager, CFO, like that. Those roles or tasks you can add to this project, and you can save. Next, we will create tasks. From tasks, you can create accountant, assistant accountant, accountant executive, finance manager, CFO. Those roles you can create from here, and you can enter rate per hour. Here you can enter rate per hour. Then when you enter number of hours, and you can convert that hours into rupee value. Okay, now for an example, if you have worked for 2 hours, you can invoice your client as 50,000 rupees. Like this, you can create your task, and you can add this task to projects. Now, if you are providing security services, you can create OIC, security officer, junior security officer, lady security officer, like that. You can create tasks in this task details. Right, next, users. Users are that timesheet users, you can add users for this timesheet. Right. After you create projects and tasks, you can go to timesheet and you can enter your time. Okay. You can enter time as daily or weekly. If you select daily, system will display the date, and if you select weekly, you can enter that weekly working hours into timesheet. You can select project. You can select task. You can enter number of hours. Like this, you can enter hours and you can save. You can view non-billable hours, billable hours, total hours from this screen. After that, you can save. Okay, now we have created projects, tasks, and we have entered timesheet, that our working hours into timesheet. Next, we will go to customers, transactions, and customer tax invoices. Click add the tax invoice. Now here you can select that customer. We are going to convert that time into customer invoice. Okay, after you select any customer, if that customer has time or time value, that this add time entries button will activate. Okay, we'll select another customer. Now if you select this customer, add time entries inactivated. If you select any customer with time, this add time entries button will activate. After that, you can click invoice time. You can select projects and you can invoice this time. After you select this invoice time, that pending time hours or number of hours will display in the screen. Date, project, task, user, hours to bill, rate, amount to bill, those details will display here. Now, if you want to invoice this, there are a few options. Invoice line, detail, then grouped. You can group by task, date, or user. Then single line per project, like that. There are a few options available. Now we will preview. Now, if you select detail, we'll preview this. Like this, system will display. Now, if you select grouped, and if you select group by task, date, or user, now system will group by task. Okay, assistant accountant, like that, system will group. Next, if you select single line per project, now we have created column 3, column 1, column 4. So like that, single line per project will display. Next, if you want to invoice all date range, you can use all unbilled time, or you can select tick use range, date range, and you can select particular date range and invoice. After that, you can click this create invoice line. Then that time will convert to hours, or time will convert to values into invoice. Okay, now you have 2 hours and 1 hour. That system will convert that timesheet into invoice. After that, you can print or email this invoice. You'll do another transaction. Go to customers, transactions, customer tax invoice. Click edit tax invoice. Select customer. After you select your customer, if that customer has time value, this add time entries button will activate. Next, click invoice time. You can select this invoice line and group by. And click create invoice line. And system will convert that timesheet into customer invoice. Okay. So if you are providing any services like security or consulting, that kind of services, you can maintain that timesheet and you can convert that timesheet into customer invoice. You don't want to manually calculate number of hours and number of that rate of that each employee. Then system will, if you set rate and if you create that task, system will automatically calculate that number of hours and task rate, and system will create the customer invoice. Okay, like that, you can enter timesheet. You can create projects, tasks, and you can enter timesheet, and you can convert that timesheet into customer invoice. You can navigate these dates by clicking these arrows. Then when you select the date will display here. And if you select weekly, seven days will display here, and you can navigate. And if you select calendar, you can select dates, and you can add line by clicking this plus mark. If you want to remove any line, you can delete by clicking this red color button. After you enter timesheet, you can save this timesheet. Okay, next we will move to debtors manager module. Now from this debtors manager module, you can automate your invoice reminder process. Now if your customer has outstanding invoices, if you set any workflow here, system will automatically send customer outstanding invoice reminders and overdue invoice reminders. This also add-on module, this debtors manager module. You can activate this debtors manager module from administration, my profile, and click upgrade. Enter one under debtors manager module. And click next, and you can upgrade your debtors manager module. Next, you can go to debtors manager and click outstanding invoice workflow. Now from here, you can set that from how many days you want to send outstanding invoice reminders. By clicking this plus mark, you can add dates. Now, if you want to send invoice reminder after 20 days, you can enter 20 here. And if you want to send email, you can tick this send email. And if you want to hold this customer, now if any customer has outstanding days more than 20 days, and if you want to block that customer, you can tick this place customer account on hold. Then your users cannot invoice for this customer. And if you want to delete any that reminder workflow date, by clicking this delete button, you can delete that workflow date. Same way, you can create dates for invoice overdue invoices. By clicking this plus mark, you can add. And by clicking this delete button, you can delete that day action. Okay, if you set this date, and after you set this date and save, our system will automatically send outstanding invoice reminders. And after you receive payment, if you want, you can send email that receipt, and you can remove hold on customer account after you received payment from your customers. Next, Invoices Manager. Now, from Invoices Manager, you can view outstanding invoices, customer name, document number, due date, days overdue, reminder date, anticipated payment date, outstanding balance, and expected amount. By clicking actions, you can send emails to that customer, and you can view history. If you want to customize this grid, by clicking this gear button and click customize grid, you can customize this screen. Okay, you can tick required columns, and if you want to remove any column, you can untick that column. Next, outstanding invoices communication run. If you select a date, and if you click this preview communication, that invoice system will send reminders to your customers. Next, customer non-payment reason. Now from here, you can create customer non-payment reason. There are few default reasons, and if you want to add any non-payment reason, you can add by clicking this add non-payment reason. You can enter code and description and save. After that, you can view that non-payment reason in this screen. You can add why your customers non-paying reason, credit note request, cash flow problem, invoice requested, then price dispute, promise to pay, quantity disputed, like that. There may be different reasons. And if you want to enter any reason, you can add by clicking this add non-payment reason. Next, outstanding invoice action codes. You can create outstanding action code by clicking action code. You can enter code and description and save. There are few action codes: anticipated payment note, call customer again, credit note review required, handover, POD requested, send email, like that. There may be different action codes. So you can create action codes from by clicking action code. Now, after you create this customer non-payment reason and outstanding invoice action codes, you can go to Invoice Manager and open this invoice. And from options, you can select anticipated payments. And you can add non-payment reason. Next action, you can enter from this screen. After that, you can save. And if you want to get a reminder, you can tick this remind me on, and you can select the date. And if you want to automatically change to in progress on reminder date, you can tick this option. And here you can enter expected amount, anticipated payment date, can enter non-payment reason, contact name, and next action you can enter. And there are three status: not started, in progress, and complete. You can select this option or status based on your action. Okay, like that, you can use this debtors manager module for follow up your customers, and you can enter that non-payment reason and outstanding invoice actions, and you can it will easy to manage your customer outstanding. Okay, right now we have completed customer module. Next session we will start items module. And from items module, we will create items, item adjustments, just opening balance, and we will generate item reports. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. Have a pleasant evening.